Okay, hello everyone. Now, I know it's been a while, but let's have a few disclaimers. If you hear a very loud sound in this video, that would be my PS4 sounding like a jet engine because apparently replacing the power supply does that. I don't know why, but it's now a jet engine. Okay, moving on to more serious business. The builds I'll be using are basic, so if you're not impressed with how I'm building it or how I'm using the weapon, it's fine because I'm just putting on what works for me. It's just a personal thing. If you don't want my builds, it's okay. I'm not going to argue. Feel free to comment on it. I'm not here to cause negativity and such. Okay, moving on. Today's weapon is the Azima pistol. Now this pistol is a log-in weapon. You cannot farm it, but you can get its blueprint on Cephalon Simaris. But the best way to get it would be during logins. Day 100, I think. The 100th login. Now let's see the stats. Sorry, it's been a while since I made a build video because like I said, I needed to replace the power supply. So here we go. This build, the builds require 4 Forma. I know it says 5, but that was me making a mistake because I was sleepy at the time. The weapon comes with a dash and a V, so that's always good. And you need 4 Forma to put the V's here. Now, accuracy is pretty decent for a weapon like this. Critical chance is good. Critical multiplier is standard. Fire rate is high. Magazine is 75. That's a lot of time to shoot. Reload is fast, don't worry. Status is good. It's pretty average, so keep that in mind. And the trigger is auto. And as you can see, in the regular mode, it primarily does slash damage, which is good against health, but not really great against, well, armored units. But that's fine. Next is the disc. You see, this weapon has a secondary fire mode where it fires all, well, it fires a disc that shoots in, well, in a circle. But I'll show you later. Accuracy is 22. It's pretty straightforward. Critical chance is just the same. Everything is the same, actually. So, it's a login weapon. So it must be special, right? Well, I'll leave that to you as we build the weapon. Sorry, my brain. Okay, first off, we'll use it without mods. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is to showcase, well, how the weapon works and, well, how effective the weapon is even though there is no mods. And the best way to do that would be against one of the strongest, or rather one of the toughest enemies, the Corrupted Heavy Gunner, just because of their heavy armor. They're not the super strongest in the whole game, but they're pretty tough, so here we go. Now right away you can see the accuracy is good and there is almost no recoil. Although there is a bit of a spread, as you can see. Hang on, let me demonstrate. Let's say right here. See that? There's a bit of a spread, so the closer you are, the higher accuracy, but it's not really recommended. Next is the secondary fire mode. As you can see, the secondary fire mode is launching a disc and shooting whatever ammo it has. So it has 75 right now. So if I shoot it, It'll bounce for a bit and then start firing. You can fire multiple discs. But as you can see, it's not very ammo friendly. And it's, from my experience, it's not really recommended to fire the disc unless you're on a defense mission and the enemies are the infested. Because the infested normally don't use ranged weapons. They just go closer. So this weapon is good against close range targets. But in other missions, I don't recommend using the secondary. It's a unique weapon, but the secondary is not that useful in other stuff. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's go to the standard build. My standard build is basically mods that are easy to acquire and not expensive to level up. So here we go. First off, we're starting with Hornet Strike. As usual, it's a mandatory mod for every secondary. You need this mod for the build, or all builds really. Next we have Lethal Torrent, which gives us fire rate, multi-shot, barrel diffusion, more multi-shot, and pistol gambit and target cracker, since this weapon has a good critical chance and good critical multiplier. So here we go. Next we have the elements. We have pathogen rounds just to give us more poison damage. And since this weapon has a good status chance, it's a pretty good deal. Next we have Jolt and Frost. Sorry. Jolt and Frostbite. I added the two 60-60 mods for, well, status. And combine pathogen and electricity in this order will give us corrosive damage. Corrosive damage is good against armored units, but if you use it against enemies with no armor, you will do less damage. That's just how I learned it. So, does it make it a better weapon? Let's find out. Okay, I reloaded 3 times. Like I said, it's not that friendly with the ammo, but it does its job for a, well, login weapon. Now we'll move on to the live test, because when the enemies are standing still, you get bonus damage. So that's why I'm doing the live version, just to show you how it looks like in the field. I forgot to mention, another reason why I put the cold damage is a reason like that, to freeze them in place as you're shooting them. But as you can see, it does the job, but not quick enough. And my ammo is really low right now. So right away, you can tell this weapon, even though it's a login weapon, I don't recommend this weapon for very, very high missions. I mean, you're free to disagree, but it's from personal experience. Now, let's go to a viral build. And we have to do that by switching this. There we go. Now we have viral. Now, unlike corrosive damage, viral directly attacks the health of the enemy, which is always good. We all know this, or at least the veterans know this. So here we go. The best factions usually to use the viral damage is the corrupted the Corpus faction, because the Corpus don't have armor, but they have shields. Their shields can protect them against other stuff, but never against poison damage. So here we go. Huh, pretty good, right? Also, sorry if my mic sounds weird. Just the levels, because I had to reset everything. But anyways, go live. So as you can see, it does better in the Corpus, which is always good. It's pretty decent for a login weapon. Oh yeah, another perk about this login weapon, you get a free, well, Orokin Catalyst and free weapon slot. So that's always good. And you cannot sell this weapon. You cannot. They changed that. Next we have the expensive build. Expensive build is what you'd expect. Rare mods and more expensive to level up. So here we go. Now, not much change apart from Prime Target Cracker and Prime Pistol Gambit. Now, these mods cannot be farmed. You can only buy them from Barocketeer. Well, not buy them, more of trade them. Now, it's not a guarantee when these mods will be available. But when they are, but before they are, I recommend you farm ducats and lots of credits. You're gonna need a lot of credits to level these things up and purchase them. Yes, it's expensive, but I promise you, once they're leveled up, the results are very much worth it. And next we have Pistol Ammo Mutation. This pretty much converts ammo that is unused into pistol ammo. So that will solve your ammo problem a bit more. But if that's not enough, you could always use Carrier or Carrier Prime or any Warframe powers that gives you ammo. So that's always good. Now let's see how well it works. Oops, sorry. Sorry if I'm a bit messy. It's been a while since I've done a video during this time. Much better now, huh? Of course, if you don't want ammo mutation, if you don't have this mod, or if you don't want to use this at all and focus on damage alone, I don't recommend Magnum Force. Definitely not, because the accuracy is a bit battle ready. However, you could put hydraulic crosshairs. Now this mod cannot be farmed as of now, but when you have it, it's a very good mod. On headshot, you get more critical chance for 9 seconds. You can get it from other players. That's when the expensive part comes in, because I don't know how much the players charge, but I imagine it's expensive because this mod is good. Sorry. Ignoring my horrible aim, it does its job. But like I said, personally, I don't recommend it for higher levels. Like the end game per se. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, which is not really surprising, but yeah. It's just from my personal experience. Next we go to the Corpus. Again, sorry if my video is so messy. better. But yeah, like I said, my builds are simple and I just do whatever works. So sorry if my how I read stuff is really messy. But anyways, that will be enough for today's episode. As usual, I hope this video helps. Well, even though it's not a perfect build, it will at least give you an idea on what to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're interested. It really helps the channel out. And as usual, I'll see you in the next episode.